Take two! Hey guys, Rashzakea here, redoing a MOC review of a MOC that, I just recently made and posted on YouTube. Akasha, aka Nightmare. If you were wondering why that was, that in quotes next to her name in the MOC review, that's because one of her aliases is Nightmare, as a little story reference there, but, yeah, this is take two because YouTube decided to be a douche! I have been trying all morning previous to doing this, to upload the review for the first time. It was a 10-minute and 39-second video. It was somewhat low quality, like all of my videos are, sad face. And YouTube decided to take 3 hours to upload it, and it's at 94%, and then it fails. So I'm gonna get right into doing this because I want to make this review shorter than it was last time. I just wanted to rant a little bit because YouTube decided to be a bitch to me today. Now then, as I usually go, I think I'll talk about her arms first. Fully custom, let me think here. I really gotta thank Landshark for the tires there on her wrists. Otherwise, they would have looked rather thin. And honestly, Landy, I really appreciate that suggestion because it makes her arm look a lot better than it used to. Other than that, it's fully custom, but it's still somewhat simple. It's just got the Nika leg armor there and the Metru leg armor, and really not a lot to talk about. Her color scheme is black and silver now, if you didn't notice, instead of the black and dark blue and silver like she used to have. That's because with a new storyline and a new element / powers and shit, that changes about a character. Anyway, her shoulder design here is the same as Navieri's, if you didn't notice. I kept that shoulder design for her as well because I really am pretty proud of this particular shoulder design. And plus it fit with her, it makes the armor look somewhat even, and, overall I just really like the look of it. But don't think that I'm going to be spamming it or anything, because I'm not. Her lower legs, pretty simple, just armor from Golly Mystica there, silver Metru foot, also got from Golly Mystica. Silver Boron Eye for detail, I didn't, I just randomly threw that there, because I didn't like the hole being on her leg right there. Her upper legs, if I can just move her hand out of the way, I don't normally use this piece because, honestly, I hate the upper leg armor of the Paraka, but it fit with this MOC, and so I decided to use it. So I normally don't do that, but honestly, it worked really well for this MOC. Then she's got the slicer foot on the bottom there. I just did that to make the armor look more even around her, that particular part of her leg and stuff, because otherwise it looked a little bit too loosely armored. But yeah, I think that's a really decent detail, even though it is rather simple. In regards to her weapon here, it is in fact a modified design from the weapon that I used, as a I designed for Toanikra's Self-Moc's weapon. The main differences here is that these used to be gears and now they're Borok eyes. This used to be a Mystica fin that was silver, now it's one of the claws. And this is bent rather than being straight. That's what she said. But honestly, only a couple of minor changes really makes this weapon look different to me. So, I thought, it's like most of my weapons, it's rather throw together, but I still like how it turned out. So, you know, I kept it for Akasha because, even though it was originally meant for something else, I figured that I may as well keep it for her. It looks best with her anyway. That MOC that I'm talking about, of course, is past Rashzakea. Now, I think I'll just point out the fact that I gave her an ass plate because I can't break that habit. Her hair is a black kinefin found in the Shadow Snapper Atlantis set, for those of you who are wondering, with these Borak eyes here on the sides that are actually posable, but I won't bother moving them because I really don't want to. Honestly, I think that it adds some pretty good detail to the hair and makes her look more original, in my opinion. But, you know, whatever you guys think. Honestly, that's just what I think, and I really like that I was able to figure that out. So that's not that complicated, but, yeah. Okay, so now her torso and head here. First thing I want to point out is that this entire thing is sort of like Navieri's, but it's thicker because she has a Glatorian neck for a waist connector posability thing person, because, you know, I didn't want to use the ball joint thing like I did for Navieri because that falls apart really easily, as I found out when attempting stop motion with her. But I think that it looks pretty good, and I've actually ended up using that on another MOC of mine, which you guys will be seeing relatively soon once I finish it, but no previews for you. Her head, really quick, I have modified the mask. If you didn't notice, I have cut off the little air tube thing that was right there. It looks a lot better for this mask, I think, and it actually makes it look rather female, in my opinion. I think that this is a pretty good mask for a female MOC, honestly. So I decided to use that. Recommended tools for modifying masks, you ask? I just recommend a sharp pair of scissors and a nail file. Those really work well, and if you try to use like razor blades and stuff, you're gonna chop off your fingers, believe me. But so yeah, I modified the mask. First MOC of mine that has ever had a modified piece, by the way. And then her chest is just Nuva shoulders that don't overlap because that's one of my pet peeves. I hate MOCs that have overlapping chest pieces. It's like, I really don't want to give you a mental image here, but honestly, I'm going to be blunt and say that having MOCs that are female that have overlapping Nuva shoulders is like them having one boob that's bigger than the other. Let's just throw that out there because that's what I think of. I have no idea where this silver piece came from. If you can tell me, I would really appreciate that because I want to know, honestly. But, I have been trying to get rid of that for years, and I threw it on there now, and it actually looks pretty good. Yeah. Other than the fact that Akasha is actually held together by a rubber band, there's really not a lot left that I have to talk about. Akasha is in the same storyline as past Rashzakea, so her backstory will be explained at a later date. Other than that, I really have nothing else to talk about. Expect a new MOC review soon. This has been a MOC review by Rashzakea. I'll see you guys in my next video.